And we're not ready for what's coming. And I'm not saying that Trump's going to win or not. No matter whether he wins or loses, we're in for a world of hurt. I'm just going to just say it. Not just because of the racial stuff, but there's still a pandemic that there's no cure for. And there's chaos. Dr. Carr, let me thank him, too, for sitting with me on Saturdays and doing classes that I never knew that I needed or wanted. It was just an idea that I had because I wanted to talk with this man more frequently. And so I was like, let's just open the mic on Saturday because we have these off-mic conversations that I find personally riveting. And he raised something this weekend in our live class about America falling. And I've been thinking about it all weekend. He brought up two books that have just, gone through the whole paces of what a fall of America looks like. And I'm going to pose this, and I want you to comment on it. What if America has already fallen and we're in the midst of it? And what does that look like? What does that mean for us? And I'm going to juxtapose it to the fall of Rome. The fall of Rome took maybe a couple of 100 years to happen. And it was happening over those couple of 100 years. And it didn't happen because they lost a war. It didn't. It was barbarians and all kind of different nipping away. They spread too thinly. The Roman Empire, it was from Great Britain all the way to what we know as Iraq, all through Africa, Egypt and Iraq. They reigned over all of that land. Mm-hmm. They were everywhere. As far as the eye could see, Rome had some leadership and they were collecting taxes because that's really that's really when you know you're being ruled is when you pay taxes. And then they had an over-reliance on slave labor. Over-reliance. And at some point, at some point, somebody in bondage is not going to want to be in bondage. You ain't going to be able to enslave people for very long. As we sit here right now, some of us, and contemplate that, at some point, people who are in bondage want to be free. So you're not going to be able to sustain that model once they recognize that they don't have to be enslaved. Once a person like Frederick Douglass learns how to read and says, hey, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be in bondage. I'm a human being. Exit stage left. And when there's a mass awakening, you're done. If that's your only primary source of commerce. And America is enslaved, poor labor, whether we're talking about the apple pickers today, the prison industrial complex, or we're talking about bondage slavery from 1619 on. This is a country addicted to enslavement. Yeah. And now we add a mix that the Romans didn't have to deal with, a viral pandemic. Has America fallen? What does that look like? How does it play out over the next several years? I think that America probably has fallen, and I think Trump is an example of the reality that she has fallen. No sane country would elect Donald Trump as its leader. None. This is the example that we have fallen. This nation is done because this is who you elected, and he's still is going to get 60 plus million Americans are still going to pull a lever for him. The country has fallen. What does that mean, though? What does that mean? Because Rome didn't go away. Rome didn't go away, still there. Greece didn't go away when it fell. Egypt didn't go away when it fell. It's still there. What happens next? And what's the game plan for those of us who are in this fallen nation? Because I'm not running to the next good nation. And if I do, I need y'all assholes to stay here. Don't bring your trash to the next country. Whoever voted, I need y'all to stay here. Don't tell them that the country's falling. We just going to tip out the back door and leave them here.